Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. It's a bit of a odd one today because there was all sorts of things I was going to make, and then when I started cropping a particular die apart I got a little bit carried away with all of the scraps that I got left on my desk from the week. And of course this is an Eiffel store week, so it's an Eiffel store die set. And as I cropped it apart, and I would suggest you do exactly the same as I did if you buy this one, and keep them together in their prospective little sets. Like this is the St. Patrick's Day one. Isn't that fantastic? You've got the little belts and the separate buckle, and you've even got a tiny little moustache there that you can pop onto a photo, a critter, or other little character. Now I've got a black bit on my finger. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a piece of black cardstock. Yeah, I get covered in all sorts in my craft room. But it's just absolutely gorgeous. So there's number one off that piece that I cut out. And here is the snowman hat. It's a sort of very vintage, wonky kind of snowman hat. And you get the buckle again and the bands. You get the little tiny carrot nose, and you've got these that you can use as eyes or buttons on its coat, or use it as a sort of like little dotty snowman mouth. So as I said, you know, photographs or critters. And then you've got the Santa hat, and you've got the fluffy bit, and you've got the fluffy pom-pom so that you can make it a complete one. And then you've got the beard with the mouth section there. I just think these are absolutely awesome. And of course, if you've got sentiments, then you can like this one. This is the one that I've used today. This is the elf hat. And you could just, like, on the M of Merry Christmas, you could just dot it there and you've got a Christmas card. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. So there's 4 that I've put down. And then you've got an Easter one, which has got the innie and outie of the ear, so you can cut it in white and pink. You've got the tiny little heart-shaped nose piece and also the mouth. And of course the ears go onto this, which is supposed to be a little headband. So even if it's a robot, you know, you can have an Easter robot. I just think they're brilliant. So there's the rabbit one. And then next up, this one is, I believe it's a reindeer because I can see antlers, but it's got a little hat. It's got little sort of pixie ears or reindeer ears that you can have sticking out of the sides. And you've got the nose and you've got the eyes. So there's that one. So that's what, 6 that I've put down there. And then we go to 7, which is a pixie hat, and you can do it all in stripes. And then you've got the big long pixie ears that you can stick on, and you've got the fluffy pom-pom again and the bands of the hat to go at the bottom. Gorgeous. And then we go to number 8, which is the reindeer headbands. This is the bit that goes over the critter's head or the character head. You've got the little ears again, you've got the eyes, and you've got the little red Rudolph nose and its antlers. And then number 9 is one that could be used for Christmas, birthday, or Valentine, where you've got the little star headband, and then you've got some bright red little kissy lips. Let's get in there. But I just thought they're gorgeous. As I started cutting it apart, I thought it's brilliant that all the individual sort of like characters are done so that you can keep them together and not lose any of those pieces. And I will put my ruler in there so that you're getting a kind of rough estimate as to size. And I'm going to say that each of them were made up of between 1 and 2 inches. So there, on one set of dies, you've got 9 little seasonal icons, everything from Easter, St. Patrick's Day, you've got Christmas, you've got birthday, and you've just got, in general, cuteness. So, what did I do? Wow, as I said, I got carried away, and for this I did use the KS Craft Slimline Basic set, and I just used the smallest one to cut out a sheet of white cardstock so that I could show my little characters on there. And I went into my stash, and I don't know if these are still available, but I chose my little swirly duck, and this is my most favourite little deer in the whole wide world. I just absolutely love it. I've cut this in all sorts of colours, and I've used it for fall, spring, Christmas. I'll use it whenever I want to. I just absolutely love it. And then my little big-footed duck. So I just got two totally different characters, but I did use the little elf hat. Right, so I've got my, whoops, before I drop everything, I've got to slide everything off the table. I've got my white die cut here that I did using the basic stitch slimline from KS Craft, so that hopefully you can now see what I'm going to pop onto there. And here is my little duck, and I did cut it in yellow because I thought, why not, because it's a duck. And then my little deer I just cut in brown, and this is all using scraps of paper that I've used throughout the past couple of weeks, and they were just tiny little pieces that were left on my desk. And this is what I've done. I've cut out lots of little hats. Aren't they sweet? Let's see how close we can get. I'm going to go all microscopic, zoom in and then zoom out. But I just think they're absolutely glorious. I mean, look at that. You know, pop that on your little deer. Isn't that sweet? I don't know what colour to put on my duck. I don't know if I'll put a pink one. No, actually, I think I'm going to put a blue one. Blue and green on my duck. And you can just have it at a jaunty angle. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. You can cover the eyes up, you know, make it look like it just drank too much at Christmas time, and that looks hilarious. And then the other ones were just sort of like the opposites of what I'd cut out. But you could do a slimline card, just use your ruler, and I have got mine here, so I'm being good today. And you could just pop it down, and then you can just line up your hats all the way along. You could just have a border of like little elf hats or snowmen beards and things like that going all the way along your card. You could pop a nice sentiment on there, a large Merry Christmas die cut sentiment, and then use another hat and just pop it onto the M, and you've got a fabulous card. So I just, as I say, I've got my little scraps on my table, and I just got carried away. So I just kept cutting hats out. But I don't know what yeah, I've still got the stuff that I made this week, so I'll get that out again. But imagine if you didn't want that snowman's hat on there, and you pop the elf hat on instead. I mean, obviously you can't see that very well because it's not a very good contrasting colour. But you could have a little elf hat on your snowman. But I just think they're glorious. Well, anyway, I really would urge you to buy that one, because, as I say, you've got the Easter. If you've got a little oval die, you could pop the Easter rabbit on top of the oval, and you've got a great little Easter card. And you could do the same thing if you've got a cauldron from Halloween. You could pop the little St. Patrick's Day hat on there and cut some little gold circles out for the gold coins, and you've got a St. Patrick's Day card. I just think they're really, really sweet. And I've still got quite a few of the Eiffel store dies left that I haven't made up yet. So we're going to have another Eiffel store again in a couple of weeks, where I'll use any of those that I've missed this time. But as I say, I really do urge a purchase of that one. I think it's brilliant. And if I can still find the duck and the deer, I'll link it. But let me move that up there, and we can just have a recap of this week. And it was all Christmas. So it was snowmen and snowmen, and I did that one with the Merry, and this one, which I thought was pretty cool because I'd hacked that piece out. And then yesterday, of course, we did the Santa, and we did another snowman, and we did the snowman in the snowball. So that's it for this week, and I'm up on Monday with a DIY art bin design team haul, and it will be DIY art bin all week. Now, it's not all Christmas that I've been sent, so I will be able to make something a little bit different to you for you than this week. So you have a fantastic weekend. I've had a day without rain, so I might be able to go and weed whack, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.